This is here's a nice stream idea. Can we get a detailed mailbox tier list? You know what? I'm gonna say that that's very possible. If
I
chat,
think that's a good idea.
if anybody wants to see a mailbox tier list, I will make a mailbox tier list. As a mailman who has to deliver
I
mail
want to
into
see it.
mailboxes,
I
I
want to
will.
see it.
Sure, you got it. You know what? If tell you what, I'll do it as my 300 subscribers special. Okay. All right. So first, we're going to start out with this mailbox right here. It's like a little bit on the big side. I like the design of this because it's a little bit wider, so it lets you go and put things in there like books, catalogs, some packages. So I love this kind. Now, it's not the biggest mailbox out there, so you might have to get out sometimes for packages, but for the most part, this is a pretty solid mailbox. It is unfortunately made out of plastic, so it's not really the most durable thing in the world. But I do find that the plastic mailboxes tend to close a lot more securely, so that's important because the worst thing about delivering mail into mailboxes is when it flaps open and you have to get out and close it, because otherwise the customers get pissed at you because they think you're just leaving the box open and it gets rained on, and then you look like an idiot and the customer gets pissed at you. So I'm going to put this over here because while it is a good solid mailbox, it's not exactly the best mailbox. So the best mailbox is this kind of thing right here. As you can see, it's like this, only it's taller, so it allows you to fit very big packages in it. I would put this one at an S. It's metal, it's sturdy. The only issue that you might have is that the red flag might actually become loose sometimes. These things tend to break, but this is just the same with every mailbox out there. You can't exactly predict what's going to happen with the mailbox. Now this one right here is the birdhouse shaped one. It's made of wood and it has a working flag on it. Now I do like this design too because it is bigger. I would put it here because while it is a good one, it's not as big as this one. So there are some things you may have to still get out of the truck for. But I would put this over here because I find that wood mailboxes tend to last a little bit longer. This one here, this is one of those ultra size mailboxes. If there was, I feel like I should have actually made like an SSSSS tier because that's where this one would go. This one, you can fit anything in here. You can fit video game consoles. The only thing you can't really fit in here is furniture. And if you're delivering furniture, then you have to pretty much expect to get out. But I do like this one the most. It is a little bit hard to close sometimes. These don't always stay closed, so you have to really sit there and close it and make sure that it shuts because that big door is kind of heavy, so it tends to flap open while you're driving away. But I would say that this is my personal favorite kind of mailbox. So moving along, you get the funny looking fish one. Now, these mailboxes, while they do look kind of cool, this is more like something that you'd enjoy if you were the customer because it's a cool looking fish. It's got a dopey little face. I wish I can zoom in on these, but I can't. So you're just going to have to just kind of take my word for it. Hopefully that you get a good picture on it. Hopefully you can see it pretty well. But the goofy fish is pretty cool. The only downside is that it has a very small door, so it's a little bit hard to go and put things into it. Really, all you can really do is just mail, and if you have anything bigger than, say, like what is something big? Any kind of package, like a book or a movie or something, you might have to get out for. But, I'm going to actually bring it down a peg because it's actually just kind of hard to put it in here. Now this one, this is like, no, I'd put this like at a D. D, it's hard to see it, but it's a small mailbox, and the thing is, like, small mailboxes, they tend to fill up very quickly, and I also really don't like that it has this top flap over here, so you're only getting use out of half this mailbox. This part up here is just wasted space, so I would probably put this at like an F, maybe between D and F. High F, low D, I'd say. Now, the Dog of Wisdom, I mean, we do like the Dog of Wisdom. I myself happen to be a very big fan of Joe, the cartoonist, and if you've seen his work, you would know that he's a talented cartoonist. I don't know what's been happening with him lately. He mainly just does streams, but as a fan of his work, Joe Ukino, I think he used to be called. Now he just goes by Joe. He has a YouTube channel. You may have heard of him. But yeah, Dog of Wisdom. I love internet shit, so we're putting him up here. This mailbox I've never actually seen before. Oh, I see what it is. It's that imperial style that I see over in this upper class neighborhood that I deliver to. While I do like this mailbox because it has a larger door and it allowing for more room for bigger packages, it does tend to have like, all right, so these could either be made out of plastic or iron. Now, if you're delivering into the iron mailboxes, the door slams open and busts your knuckles open, so that's not fun. But then once you develop calluses on your knuckles, you can't even feel it anymore, so it's fine. I'm going to dock points of it because often these things tend to fall apart as iron does, iron decays. So you're going to have to deal with like maybe this part will fall off, or maybe sometimes you'll see like an ornament under here, it'll just fall off into the ground. So these things don't tend to last very long, but I do like that you can fit more stuff in them. But unfortunately, the durability is not there, so I'm going to have to give it a D. Now this one here is, I think this is just your standard everyday mailbox. It's not too big, not too small. I do like that it has a bigger door than the fish. It's all right. So the problem is that this handle often comes off, which makes it difficult to open and close. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to fix. And plus they're kind of expensive. But the fact that it has like a bigger mouth on it makes it kind of good. I don't know. It's hard to say. Your mileage may vary, but I would I don't hate this one and I don't love this one. It's just a very middle of the road mailbox. Now this one right here, you can't fit shit in here. All you can fit in here is letters. Letters. So if you have a package, if you have a bottle of pills, if you have anything, if you have like a picture, or if you're getting anything delivered to you besides a couple bills, you have to walk it to the front door, and nobody wants that, so it's going in the bottom tier. This one is, I do like this design. These are the most durable, the stainless steel variety. I do like this one. You can fit a little bit more in here than you can in this one. I'm going to put it here. They tend to last longer. I will say that the issue with this is that this door tends to flap open more, as you do with like heavier materials, so you need to make sure it's closed all the way. This is a problem for both the carrier and the customer, because if you're a carrier, you're going to have to get out and close it because you don't want to get the mail wet when it rains. And if you're a customer, same difference, same exact reason. You don't want your mail getting wet. This one, while I do like the fact that this is a big giant mailbox and it looks like they have something going out, that the flag up means that you're sending mail out, in case you didn't know. I do like it, but I don't like the fact that they didn't take care of their mailbox, because it looks kind of busted and rusty. So I'm going to give it a B because it is a big mailbox. You can fit good stuff in it, but I don't like the fact that it looks kind of in decay. They should really give it a paint job or work on, I don't know, maybe rust away, something. I don't like seeing it being neglected like that. Now this one right here, this just looks like this one. I don't know what the difference is. So I'm just gonna put it here. If you know the difference in chat out there, chat, this isn't chat, this is a video. If you out there watching this video can see the difference between this one and this one, I'd love to hear it. As far as I'm concerned, this is just a better looking version of this. Now this one is another just middle of the road mailbox that's also made out of iron, which, you know, like I said with this one, the problem is that this one is often stays open, so you need to make sure that you're not letting that happen. It requires a little bit more carefulness to maintenance. But I do like it. I like any kind of mailbox that doesn't require any kind of like follow-up with it. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that these, it seems like, okay, something that you need to worry about with mailbox is that often you're going to get bugs and stuff crawling around in it. I don't know why ants love mailboxes so much. Ants, wasps, hornets, they tend to hang out in the mailboxes, in the plastic mailboxes, specifically stuff like this, and wood too. The heat, the stainless steel ones, it's too hot for them. They're gonna burn their little hands. So that's why I kind of prefer these. So, you know, you got to pick your poison. But this is, of course, this looks like it's, I don't really know what material this is. It looks like it's iron, so you should be fine. This one is a fine one. It's the only issue is that it's kind of flimsy and sort of like cheap material. So if you don't want to spend a lot on the mailbox, this is what I would go with. And it does allow for more room. You know, it's not like this one where you're only getting half a mailbox. This one is a good, you're going to have a lot of quantity for things to fit in there. This one, this is a similar issue to this one. While it would appear that you can fit a lot in here, this is mainly used for businesses, and this is really just only good for like paying your bills into, because what this is you have a little door like here that you just put a few bills in and then you close it up. So if you have something like really medicine or pictures, or I keep saying books, but I deliver a lot of books, or if you have something like really anything. I mean, there's a lot of people buy a lot of stuff online. We should know this. So that becomes a pain for this. So this becomes an issue. Not as bad as this, because at least with this one you can fit small packages in it, but with this and this, no, you have to walk to the front door every single time. And yeah, I know, poor baby has to get out and walk to somebody's front door. Let me tell you something, mister. When you got like 600 houses on your route, that that it doesn't take many front door stops to really add up on the time. So it's really just about efficiency. And this is not efficient. This is not very efficient either. All these have some degree of efficiency, but these are just there. These are just more like the aesthetic appeal because they just look cool. This is more like a, yeah, this is more to go in kind of like this is a design choice, but not like a, not for functionality. Now this one is really just, again, it's like this one right here. It's the same exact thing. This one looks like it's a little bit wider than this one, which means this is good for, you know, like I said, larger, flatter packages. So it belongs in A. I would say it belongs in A. These are good. Really, anything big can go in the A. Like I said, Dog of Wisdom belongs in B. You know, I'm going to put Dog of Wisdom in A too, because, like, seriously, that is one of my favorite animations. You know, I wish I'm going to go watch that after I get off this. Now this one, you know, it's just a mailbox. It's a mailbox. It's a mailbox and it's got a buck on it. I'm going to put that in C because, you know what, I do like the artwork on this one. I like the, I do like, yeah, if this didn't have, you know, the reindeer on it and the trees, I probably would have given it a C, but they did go a little bit above and beyond. While I do feel kind of bad about keeping this one here because it's so poorly maintained, it is a big mailbox and it does make everyone's life easier. So I'm thinking of putting this up here. So yeah, that was my this is my 300 subscriber mailbox tier list. I said I would, and I delivered. Mail carrier, I delivered. So yeah, everyone out there, thank you for watching my streams and coming along and chatting with me. It's always a pleasure. It's like, honestly, like the highlight of my day when I stream. So I hope to have many more with you guys. Have a wonderful day. Have a nice weekend.